Today's Japanese slang term is Kizoku Kakaku, or literally aristocrat prices. Now, despite what you may think initially, this doesn't refer to yachts, private airplanes, or very expensive things that rich people buy, or at least most of the time. It's used to describe a hotel room that goes for 200 mon a night is an example which fits this kind of rare case. And most of the time though, Kizoku Kakaku is not referring to something that an actual aristocrat would buy, but rather something that is just really expensive, especially compared to, one, what it would normally cost, and two, the income of the kind of average person. For instance, this person here decided to avoid going to one bathhouse because it cost 4,000 yen, deciding to go to another, referring to this price as Kizoku Kakaku and referring to themselves instead as a shomin or commoner. This kind of situation is the very common use of the term, as a public bath is something that the average person does go to, but 4,000 yen is, for this poster, a bit outside of what they would normally pay. Indeed, referring to yourself as a shomin or commoner because you cannot pay the Kizoku Kakaku is very, very common, as in this person here complaining about the cost of a new cosmetics brand. As you can see, saying that something is a aristocrat price often means that you're not going to buy it, or indeed in some cases that you will buy something else, as in this person here who went with an offhand brand rather than an official apple cord because the apple cords are a Kizoku Kakaku. However, in very, very many cases, a lot of people do actually end up buying the thing and just use Kizoku Kakaku to know that it's more expensive than they would like. For instance, in this post here, you can see somebody went to Disneyland and they had a good time, but they noted that the price of everything was really expensive. And yeah, like $32 or so for some shaved ice does seem pretty unreasonable. The overall price of things is still not insane. Add this up together, it's still about $100. Far less than a yacht or a famous painting or something an aristocrat would actually buy, but they are using Kizoku Kakaku to note that the price of these items is well beyond what they would normally or want to pay for them. This person here similarly uses the term to complain about the price of some udon, which looks pretty good, but I guess was more expensive than they wanted. Personally, I'd pay 1,000 yen for that. This person uses it to complain about the price of fast food that they had delivered. Or you can see a person like this who uses the term to regret that they told their children that they could have one go at the gacha machines, not realizing that they were 500 yen a person. Like 100 yen therefore would be a shomin kakaku, whereas 500 yen is only for nobles. Or I guess their kids. Indeed, because there is this potential I did buy it anyway meaning, Kizoku Kakaku can actually be used in a way that is sometimes at least sneakily complimentary, as in this post or perhaps advertisement, I'm not sure, whereas when someone talks about how something is Kizoku Kakaku, but because it has good kosupa or cost performance, value for your money, it's actually worth buying. Now, when I first read about this term, it said that this was primarily restricted to the realm of kind of otaku anime idol goods, especially ones that have a large markup due to licensing fees, doubly especially ones that you find in collaboration cafes. And certainly I was able to find people using Kizoku Kakaku to refer to the price of things at collaboration cafes, such as the price of the food at this Onpon Man cafe you can see here. However, in looking at how people are using this term now, and indeed through the examples I've shown you so far, you can see very clearly that this sort of otaku anime use is far from mandatory in the use of this, and in trying to find out when the first people started using this phrase, the earliest I can find on Twitter goes back to 2010, and the Google Trends chart is bizarre, but it does seem to indicate about 2010 again, and these earlier posts are not referring to anime goods in any way. So while there's no question that this term is used in the otaku realm to refer to especially otaku goods that because of merchandising, rarity, etc. are brought out of the price of the average shomin, that's definitely not the only group that's using it, and doesn't necessarily even seem to be the origin. And while I certainly wish I could successfully charge a Kizoku Kakaku for videos like this, they are unfortunately for me quite free, so please do give a like, repost, and follow instead. Did I do that right? Did I do the promotion thing? Am I a promoter now?